Hi friends, welcome to Doubts Clarified. Social chapter 1 is India relief features. We have completed the part 1. I will give the link in the description. Now this is the part 2. In part 1 we have seen about formation of subcontinent and location, neighboring countries of India and boundary lines. In location we have seen the latitudes and longitudes extension. Now we will see the map of this is a latitude and this is a longitude. Latitude is 37 degrees 6 minutes north to 8 degrees 4 minutes north. This is 68 degrees 7 minutes to 97 degrees 25 minutes. It is 2933 kilometers and this is 3214 kilometers. Now we are entering into the main topic, that is major relief features of India. There are 6 major relief features of India. The first one is the Himalayas, second one is the Indo-Gangetic Plains, and third one is the Peninsular Plateau, and fourth one is the coastal plain, the fifth one is the desert, and the sixth one is the island. In desert we will see about the Thar desert in India, so we will see about Thar desert. Major relief features of India. The first topic is the Himalayas. The Himalayan ranges run west to east direction with 2400 kilometers. Their width in west is 500 kilometers and in central and eastern regions is 200 kilometers. Now there are 3 parallel ranges. The Himalayas comprise with 3 parallel ranges. They are Himachal, Himadri and Shivalik. Shivalik is also called as Outer Himalayas. Outer Himalayas, and Himadri is called as Greater Himalayas. Greater Himalayas. Himachal is Lesser Himalayas. Are Lesser Himalayas. There are 3 parallel ranges which comprises the Himalayas. They are Himachal, which is also called as Lesser Himalayas. Next is Himadri, which is also called as Greater Himalayas. And last is Shivaliks. It is also called as Outer Himalayas. Now we'll see about that. In the Himalayas, the first is Greater Himalayas. It is also called as Himadri. It is composed of snow and ice. We find glaciers here. They are sources of perennial rivers. Perennial rivers means which flow throughout the year. And Jeeva Nadulu. Perennial rivers means Jeeva Nadulu. Now in Himalayas, the second one is Lesser Himalayas, which is also called as Himachal. It is mainly composed of highly compressed rocks. Highly compressed rocks. The height ranges from 3700 to 4500 meters. Pirpanjal and Mahabharat are important ranges of this region. Pirpanjal and Mahabharat are the very important ranges of this region. The famous valley, it consists of the famous valley of Kashmir, Kangra and Kulu in Himachal Pradesh. This region is well known for many hill stations like Shimla, Mussoorie, Ranikhet, Nainital and etc. This is full of evergreen forests. In the Himalayas, the third one is Shivalik. This is the southernmost range of Himalayas. It will extend up to width 10 to 50 kilometers. Altitude is varying between 900 to 110 meters. This Shivalik is called in different regions as with different names. So we will see, for example, Jammu region means in Jammu region we will call it as Jammu Hills. Arunachal Pradesh, Mishmi Hills. Assam is Kachar Hills. So like this they will call with different names in different regions. These parts consist of thick gravel and aluminium. The valleys lying between Himachal and Shivalik ranges are called as dunes. For example, Dehradun, Kotli Dun and Patli Dun. In Arunachal Pradesh, beyond the Dihang Valley, the Himalayas take a hairpin bend to south to act as the eastern boundary of India and run through the northeastern states. These divisions are known as Purvanchal. Purvanchal means takes a hairpin bend to south to act as the eastern boundary of India, and it will run through the northeastern states. These divisions, that means it has divided to northeastern states from east boundary. So these divisions are known as Purvanchal. This Purvanchal is mostly composed of sedimentary sandstones. Hairpin bend means this is like this. This is the hairpin, like U-shaped bend. Okay, that's the hairpin. So that's U-shape bend it will take. For this we have some examples. Purvanchal is also known as Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipuri Hills, Khasi and Mizo Hills. Okay, Purvanchal is called in different regions as in different with different names. So like Patkai Hills, Naga Hills, Manipuri Hills, Khasi and Mizo Hills. The Himalayas is completed. Now we will go to the Indo-Gangetic Plains. Now we are into the topic the Indo-Gangetic Plains. The Indo-Gangetic Plains has three parts, that is the western part, the central part and the eastern part. In western part, the river Indus flows. The tributaries are Ravi, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, Satluj. From Punjab and Haryana states it flows. So it has a Doab feature. Doab feature means it dominates a fertile land between the two rivers. It dominates the fertile land between middle of the two rivers. Next, the central. Central means river Ganga flows there. Their tributaries are Yamuna, Soni, Kosi. The states which they flow from UP, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal and some parts of Haryana. Not total Haryana, some parts of Haryana. And next is the eastern part. In eastern part, the river Brahmaputra flows. Their tributaries are Assam Valley. Now we are entering into the Peninsular Plateau. Peninsular Plateau is composed of old crystalline, hard igneous and metamorphic rocks. It is non-metallic and non-metallic resources are very rich in this. The Peninsular Plateau has Central Highland and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Center Highland means here Malwa Plateau. Means Malwa Plateau and Chota Nagpur Plateau. Now next is Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau means it is triangular landmass is Deccan Plateau. Now we will see the boundaries of Deccan Plateau. For north we have Narmada River and Satpura Range. For east, Eastern Ghats. For west, Western Ghats. For south, Nilgiri Hills. Now we will see the differences between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. Nilgiri Hills means Ooty. Ooty is known as Udagamandalam. That hills are known as Nilgiri Hills. Now we will see the differences between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats western boundaries of Deccan Plateau. Western Ghats are western boundaries of Deccan Plateau. Eastern Ghats, eastern boundaries of Deccan Plateau. Next, Western Ghats lie between Deccan Plateau and West Coast. Eastern Ghats lie between Deccan Plateau and Eastern Coast. Here West Coast, here Eastern Coast, but both are near Deccan Plateau only. The Western Ghats are continuous ranges, but Eastern Ghats are not continuous ranges. Western Ghats are highest Ghats, but Eastern Ghats are not highest Ghats. The examples of Western Ghats are Palani, Anaimudi and Cardamom Hills. The examples of Eastern Ghats is Nallamala, Velikondas, Palakondas, Sheshachalam. The next is the desert, Thar. It is located on leeward side of Aravalli Mountains. That means the side of the Aravalli Mountains. It has little rainfall, which is ranking up to 100 to 150 mm per year. The Luni is the only river in that area. There is a Indira Gandhi Canal. It is the largest canal in country, which has 650 kilometers. It waters a part of Thar Desert. Several hectares of desert land have been brought under the cultivation by this Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, this Indira Gandhi Canal name came from the Indira Gandhi's name. Now next is the coastal plains. The coastal plains is the southern part of the peninsular plateau. Peninsular plateau bordered by narrow coastal strips along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on east. Bay of Bengal on east. The western coast starts from Rann of Kutch to Kanyakumari. That means it ends at Kanyakumari. It is narrower than the east coast. It will be divided into three parts. They are Konkan coast. Konkan coast is the northern part. It touches Maharashtra and Goa. Next is Kendra coast. This is the middle part. It includes coastal plains of Karnataka. And next is Malabar coast. This is the southern part, mostly in the state of Kerala. That means it can be divided into three parts. That is Konkan coast means Maharashtra and Goa. Kendra coast means Karnataka. Malabar coast means Kerala. Now we will see the differences between West Coastal Plains and East Coastal Plains. West Coastal Plains. West Coastal Plain lies between Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. East Coastal Plain, Eastern Coastal Plain lies between Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats. West Coastal Plains, it starts from the Rann of Kutch and ends at Kanyakumari. Next, Eastern Ghats, it stretches from Mahanadi in Odisha to Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. It is narrower. That means West Coastal Plains is narrower than the East Coastal Plain. The West Coastal Plain can be divided into three parts. They are Konkan Coast, Canara Coast, Malabar Coast. Konkan Coast means, I have said that Konkan Coast means Goa and Maharashtra. Next, Canara Coast means Karnataka. Malabar Coast means Kerala. Next, this plain is uneven and broken by hilly terrain. Deltas are not formed in West Coastal Plains and lakes are also not formed in West Coastal Plains. We will see in Eastern Coastal Plains. It stretches from Mahanadi in Odisha to Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. These plains are wide and have a large surface structure. It can be divided into three parts. They are Utkal Coast, Sarkar Coast and Coromandel Coast. Deltas are formed in this and lakes are also formed in this. Now we will see these three parts like Utkal Coast, Sarkar Coast and Coromandel Coast. Utkal Coast in Odisha, Sarkar Coast means AP, Andhra Pradesh and Coromandel Coast in Tamil Nadu. With this we have completed the coastal plains. Next we will go to the islands, which is our last and final topic of this chapter. Now we will see the islands, last topic. In islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands. For Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the capital is Port Blair, and Barren and Narkondam is volcanic origin. It is stretched in Bay of Bengal. Its elevated portion is submerged islands in Myanmar, in Arkan-Yoma. Indira Point submerged in 2004 tsunami. Indira Point is the highest point in India. Next is the Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep capital is Kavaratti. It's a coral region and it is stretched in Arabian Sea, rich in flora and fauna. Flora means plants, fauna means animals. Its geographic area is 32 square meters. Coral region means which has like this coral reefs. So this is called as the coral region. This is the map of relief features of India. Here the Thar desert is there. Here the Himalayas. Here Indo-Gangetic plains. Here the peninsular plateau. Here west coastal plain, and this is the Lakshadweep Islands. These are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So now we have seen the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep differences. So here they are. Here Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Here Lakshadweep Islands. Here west coastal plains. That means coastal plains. Here the Thar desert, Indo-Gangetic plains, the peninsular plateau, and the Himalayas. These are the relief features of India. Next, this is the other map, India physical map. Here we can see the Satpura range, Malwa plateaus, and Ran of Kutch. And next is here Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep. Coromandel coast is here. Coromandel coast is in AP. So here is Coromandel coast. Next is here is Chilka Lake, and here we can find the Mount Everest is here. Here next is Kanchenjunga. So here there are many, and here Karakoram. Here Chenab River, Ravi River, Indus, Satluj, and etc. Here Great Indian Desert means that is Thar Desert. Here
Okay
Luni
friends,
River.
thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Doubts Clarified.
Like a Hellcat.